Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you game number 7 in this best of 7 show match. Now, this is tied up right now 3-3, obviously, since we're in game number 7, with, Scan and Motive going up against nOOB and HM. Our final map here for this best of 7 is going to be nOOB on Eclipse top right, Motive on the bottom left. Now, there is a best of 5 King of the Hill after this. It's just like the winner stays. You have two players, go 1 versus 1, and the winner stays. They play the teammate, so on and so forth. And if there's a tie after that, we'll have a tiebreaker match at the end. So this match not over quite yet. But here we go. Yeah, Eclipse, definitely a map that I think you all know really well at this point. This map has been out just about forever. Honestly, I feel like it gives pretty good PvPs overall. Casted a lot of Protoss versus Protoss on this map, and while you definitely have some early scuffling, there is the opportunity for really interesting games. It's certainly one of the best ever. What was it? Shuttle versus Snow, I believe it was, that Tasis and I casted on this channel. Was one of the best PvPs I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, I don't think we'll get another one of those ever, but we can hope. Now, both players scouting the sides of their main base, just looking for any possible proxy gates, things like that. Obviously, on a 2-player map, that is a real concern. Scouting the natural as well, always appreciate that. A gate can fit over here in a location where if the probe just goes directly down, you miss it. So always good to just duck in there for, it costs you, what, a second half scout time, but might save your life. So exact mirrored builds right now. No Zealot going up, so offensive pylons could be very, very powerful here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Motive try to go for one of those. We'll see. And same can be said on the other side here with nOOB coming up. Let's take a look. Okay, attacking that. No, I guess not. Not enough money in the bank anyways. Just keep it on that build. Also, we do have the Zealot being made now. So nOOB is being very careful against a possible offensive pylon. Continuing to harass. It's always funny to watch probes harass each other, right? Because they have that, kind of silly-looking range. And, of course, they both are exactly the same worker, so it's like the harassment isn't something that realistically is going to work, but it can cause some lost mining time. So the Zealot out, chasing around Motive's probe. Obviously, you have to get out of these bases before the Dragoon pops out. That's something that is certainly going to be on their minds. And in fact, nOOB's overstaying is welcome, perhaps. He throws down the offensive pylon. Okay, so that could make it worth it, but I feel like, he's definitely going to lose the Dragoon. Lose the probe to the Dragoon, rather, and then the Dragoon comes over to help finish that off. So the probe gets out for Motive. He is going to be up, in fact, a couple workers we see here. So that's pretty darn solid. Both sides do have Dragoon range on the way. nOOB with Dragoon and Zealot kind of going out onto the map. Okay, a second gate coming up for him. Robo goes up for Motive. 3-gate. Okay. So definitely what we're going to see from nOOB here is a very aggressive play. He is going to look to actually go across the map and bust Motive down. And with 3-gate Dragoon, you definitely can. If your opponent mismicros at all, if they skimp at all, you definitely can kill them off. Obviously, there are some pretty hard counters to this. DT, of course, being a free win against these 3-gate openers. But in this case, with the Robo near the ramp, if he goes directly into Reaver, that can be really helpful against it. Oh my god, 3-gate himself, but after Robo. So this should be Observer for Motive, which is actually not as good a situation, I would say. But if he's up the ramp, the slightly later gateways, I don't think are going to cause him to lose the game. Could turn out to be relatively even. But obviously a quicker Reaver will be able to get out from Motive. Now the 3 Dragoons and Zealot in the center holding this ramp. A pylon at that 3rd base location. And look at how many probes are actually being cut by nOOB. I gotta say, I kind of like the position here of Motive. Like, he's up 6 workers right now, and he has more tech, and he has as much production as nOOB. Now, that doesn't mean that what nOOB is doing here is necessarily bad. This game, it may not turn out well for him. But against certain builds, he's going to be in a good spot. Like, look, we have 4 Dragoons right now. This is 4 across the map, a 5th coming across the map, 6 coming across the map, and a Zealot. So, like, if this were a faster expansion or something, nOOB would just run him over. But as is, this is like a slower, more economic, more teched-out version of the build that nOOB is doing. And look, he sees it coming. He's going to be able to get up the ramp pretty quickly, I think. Oh, wow, he stays and fights, but he's letting a Zealot hit him, which can be very risky. Oh my god, he's just dominating right now. nOOB looking not so strong, unfortunately. The Zealot is getting some good damage down, though. Don't forget, Zealots actually deal more damage than Dragoons. But at the end of the day, Motive will push nOOB back. 2 Goons versus 3 left over. Still up 6 probes. Still has this wonderful tech. And, yeah, the robotics support bay on the way. Meanwhile, nOOB just producing Dragoons. He's made like 1 probe during this time. I guess he is popping in a couple probes here and there, which is nice. And he does have a contain up. But it seems to me that as the Reaver comes out, this is going to get worse and worse for nOOB. Oh my god, he has a bad rally there as well. That Dragoon just instantly dying. Oh, a little bit of sloppiness there from Motive, though. Takes a lot of damage on his own Dragoon. More coming down. But yeah, seriously, look at this. It is a huge difference with the quality of the position, and it's just so much better for Motive. Now he has 2 Zealots to kind of lead the charge. A Reaver will be popping out. I don't think he'll try to go down until the Reaver's out. Looking over here, the Observer goes up, sees the timing of the Robo and that there's no expansion or anything. Wow, Motive has to be feeling absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I mean, him and Scan looking poised to take this down. All right, the Reaver getting some Scarabs now. Do have a shield battery up the ramp, so can recharge these. And it looks like he's actually... Oh, okay, he does utilize that shield battery somewhat. It was like only a partial heal. Okay, getting a Scarab hit. Oh, he's got to be careful. Now, he has this here, so he can run the Reaver up and recharge and get another Scarab if he gets dived upon. Look at this. Okay, here comes the dive now. Goes up the ramp. Refreshes. Oh, big Scarab right there. Another big one goes off, and the shield battery is out of energy. Doesn't quite get that last Scarab off, but a much bigger army now here for Motive. nOOB's position just looks terrible at this point. Now, he is making a Reaver, so it could turn around to kind of similar to what we just saw, but still better for Motive than it was for nOOB, right? nOOB can run up his ramp, defend with the Reaver, and I don't think he dies right away. But this is a hard game to gain parity in, I think. You know, like, I mean, what's your play? Do you go for a Reaver drop? Do you, like, just shove down the ramp and try to take your natural? I don't know. It seems a bit difficult. Look at the amount of units coming up here for Motive. He is up in supply. Does he have the second Reaver now? No. Okay, just a shuttle with 1 Reaver. Okay, so, well, that is equaled on this side, so kudos to nOOB in that way. Nexus gets started here. Looks like nOOB getting ready to start his own. I love these high ground Dragoons. Very, very smart. But the Observer sees what he's walking into. And you can do things like walk up and give a big volley to this Dragoon. Of course, you're going to miss some shots, but here we go. The Reaver's going to do their little Reaver duel. Oh my god, he gets a hit. Craziness. This is where you just keep costing each other APM and 15 minerals at a time. Okay, gets a decent hit off there. Definitely seems like Motive is outdoing nOOB a bit. Another Reaver comes down for nOOB. Taking a look at home, we have a lot of probes being transferred. And actually, shuttle speed on the way here for Motive as well. Double Reaver for nOOB, but yeah, he's only letting one out at a time. No reason really to do more than that. Ooh, almost gets the hit there. Okay, and it looks like he does want to dive in upon that shuttle now. Oh, and actually loses his Reaver. A bad attack there from Motive. A cool idea to snipe the shuttle and then get the Reaver hit, but instead he didn't kill the shuttle and he lost his own Reaver. So literally worst case scenario here for Motive. That went as poorly as it could. He has shuttle speed on the way, so that could end up being useful. But look at this, attacks with only a piece of his army into the main army of nOOB. Looking very bad here once again. The Observer gets picked off as he's getting out of there. More Reavers on the way. nOOB right now with like a slight advantage. He does have a very hurt shuttle, so he has to be really, really careful about that. I mean, if you get this shuttle sniped, the game basically ends. Double Reaver here waiting. The speed about done on this shuttle as well. Okay, both sides getting a shot onto the Dragoons. Oh, the shuttle speed not quite done. He does take some damage there. A little bit of hull damage there as well. Okay, speed now done. Can pick those up and ferry them back so much more quickly. Very similar supplies right now. nOOB with a bit more army. All right, leads in with a Dragoon. Eats those shots. Oh, God. He's going to blow up the Reavers instantaneously. Motive having a bad beginning to this engagement. Does he have enough, though? Another Reaver coming up to add a few hits in, but the Dragoon count is pretty overwhelming for nOOB. And is nOOB going to be able to actually take this game? It looked really bad for him there for a while. Motive's opener definitely looked stronger. But at the end of the day, here nOOB goes. He's down 6 probes, but does that matter when your army supply is this high and you're in your opponent's natural? He's got his own natural back at home mining very, very well. And yeah, there's one additional gate, but even with that, and I mean, you're losing the Nexus no matter what. And from there, how do you ever come back in a game like this? Definitely looking very much like a nOOB victory. A come from behind. Looks like he is going to help his team to take it down. HM and nOOB going to win this first portion. The next portion going to be a King of the Hill. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit subscribe and that notification button. GG.